So, trigger warning for those who are targeted individuals. I've just found this channel the other night, and it's basically another smear piece on people going through the organised stalking, whatever you want to call it. You know, CIA, whatever it is, government, neuroweapons, menticide, Zerzetzung. I know I'm just preaching to the choir, and like those who haven't seen the evil the last 3 years particularly, they're kind of, it just seems like they're whatever it is, NPCs or mind controlled, normies or whatever it is. That I'm not going to influence them probably, but I guess it's just a reaction in me. I get sickened by seeing these pricks. This guy, I'm pretty damn sure he knows what he's doing. What is it, 647,000 subscribers, and he's got, it is just the usual like Todd Grande's smear pieces. It's pretty much like that, and I admit it, I haven't listened to all of it. It's awful listening to these people, but very well polished video. It looks very professional, and that's how you win the minds, isn't it? You have a slick production, and if you've got a nice camera and you're well dressed and you look healthy, that's a large part of it, is looking healthy and speaking articulately and looking academic with your glasses on, then you're going to be believed by the majority of people in this world. So he did another smear, and if you do get triggered, probably don't watch the rest of this, just the comments. And yeah, they upset me, just the usual. All these people agreeing, making flippant jokes like heartless pricks. Maybe I would have done the same, in all honesty, if I was that ignorant and I didn't know about what the top level narcissists do, and what an actual real narcissist is. Like the evil. When I say narcissist, I mean, for me, the real version of what it is I guess it would be a psychopath, in all honesty, a psychopath narcissist, and people who enjoy hurting others, who enjoy getting away with crimes and projecting all their shit onto their victim, and having their victim seen as being the crazy one, when it's obviously the people who do things to like this to the population. I mean, they're obviously the crazy ones. So yeah, into the comments, there are a lot of there was the usual smears like, it's meth-induced psychosis and that, and that is the classic projection. In my case, I've never done meth, and I was stalked by a meth head military guy, and then 2 more meth heads after he got evicted, moved into this luxury neighborhood I lived in. So yeah, it's just tough, eh? Like, there's all these, whether they're AI chatbots or not, I don't know. Like, they could all be fake accounts. This could all just be AI bot comments for propaganda. I don't know, but it is quite likely they're real people. They're just indoctrinated, and some of them are compassionate. They give that compassionate gaslight, like, it's so sad that what their mind does to them. It's so sad how their mind tortures them, and they never look into like neuroweapons and Jose Delgado and Noah Harari, transhumanism, any of that stuff. They're just useful idiots, indoctrinated, useful idiot flying monkeys of the top level narcissists. I mean, some of these comments, man, they're just fucking cruel. I don't even want to read them. Like, I've never done fucking meth in my life, and meth is. I know there are some targeted individuals who have done that, and they did have, they did have. They did experience organized stalking, gang stalking, but again, if you understand how evil, like, people who do mind control experiments are, and they are obviously real, like there are real mind control experiments that have been done, there's a long history of them, they're going to find people who are easy to discredit. I know I'm just preaching to the choir here. It's unlikely any normie would even want to watch my channel. But yeah, they'll pick someone who's easy to discredit, they were just on drugs. And on top of that, a lot of people who smoke marijuana, like, their minds are different. They probably are more interesting to study. They probably have better intellectual property or creativity to steal, if that's what this weaponized neuroscience is able to do, according to what I've heard. I think it's called neurodivergent, when you have a different sort of creative mind. So these people are so fucking ignorant. They just have no idea what they're talking about. Like, I have known one or two individuals that exhibit these behaviors to a certain degree, and I am absolutely positive that they should never take meth. It multiplies these extremes tenfold. So what's he saying there? Like, there's people who don't take meth who go through this as well. I don't know. They're just fucking cruel people, man. They're so fucking cruel. Like, they're just like devoid of empathy, flying monkeys. You can really see the danger of being around normies. Like, they're indoctrinated to gaslight, and the gaslighting, for me at least, it did cut deep. Really hurt. Like, to be tortured, and then to be have these people saying it's so sad. It's so sad they think this is happening, and it's like, you cowards. These people are fucking ignorant cowards. They won't even look into any of the technologies that are out there. I made a half-hour-long video talking about this and put it on my Facebook, and I was just saying, like, do these normies, if they never heard of transhumanism, if they never heard of legitimate science papers talking about nanobots, real nanobots, biometrics and all this stuff, have they never heard of this? See, look at this. I hear voices every day and fall into psychotic episodes. The thing people don't understand about psychosis is that you can't logic your way out of it. If you're being logical and you look at what technology is around, you'll see it's not, it's not necessarily psychosis. It could just be narcissists with neuroweapons. These people are just totally, like, unaware of what technology really exists. Provided that they're, provided that they're real people. I've been paranoid before. It helps to remind myself that I'm just not that important. Like, as Michael Barton said, you don't even have to be important to be targeted, because if it is just a louche thing, if it is just NPD, psychopath, narcissists, they do this for supply. They torture people and abuse people for whatever that narcissistic supply thing is. They get their thrills from it. I admit, as much as I read about narcissistic supply, I can't get my head around it because I don't need it, But there are some people out there, and sadly they do tend to be the ones who rise to power because they crave it more than any sort of, good, normal person. There are people out there that need to harm others to feel good. Yeah, it's real fucking awful. I am following a bunch of these guys on YouTube for entertainment. Yeah, it's real fucking funny, isn't it, buddy? I honestly hope these people get a fucking taste of it. I don't want them to go through what I went through, but it's just enough to make them, just to shut them up, to show them it is real. And there's nothing like fun about, seeing someone getting fucking tortured. See, here's another one. This happened to me when I was a meth addict. It's truly frightening. Blah, 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 blah. Again, I've never done meth. The guy who tortured me, he was doing meth every day. It's hard. It's hard to fucking have all that projected on you when it's not drug induced. It's what happens when you call out evil people. They do this shit to you. And there's all these zombie normies. Just gaslight comment after gaslight comment. I don't know how they can trust, after the last 3 years, the medical bullshit, how they can still trust government. It's just tough. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. It's just tough to understand, what the fuck? What is up with all these people, I'm sorry if I've triggered anyone in the comments, in this video. Sorry, any of my subscribers who are going through this. It's so crazy, no pun intended, or how witty, that TIs believe that government agencies are watching and tracking them, yet they congregate online, the one place where they actually are way more realistically prone to be tracked. See, they obviously, that person has no idea, that we need support. They don't know anything about trauma. When you're being traumatized and it's obvious that you're being surveilled, with I don't even want to get into all the shit fuckery. When you go through this and the synchronicities and everything, and the way they let you know, we know what you're thinking and blah blah blah. You've got nothing to lose at that point, pretty much. You might as well go overt and try to spread awareness, try to get some support. I guess this person here who left the comment, they haven't heard about any of the transhumanist stuff with Noah Harari talking about surveillance under the skin and all that. They wouldn't have heard of, Barry Trower or any of them. They don't understand, NPD. NPD's very paranoid. They have to know everything. They live in constant fear they're going to get exposed. So they have to, it makes sense that they have to surveil the population. This is literally one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever come across. Back in the day, I would have left all replies to these comments saying, what's sad is that you're gaslighting people who are being literally tortured and zerzetzung, decomposed, deliberately induced brain damage, mental decline, menticide. I would have left comments, but I don't want to now because they'll all flock to my channel. And then they're gonna troll me, and I just haven't. I don't want to fucking endure all that bullshit, and on my own channel. And on that note, I did mean to say thanks to the subscribers of my channel, because it's been a pleasant surprise. I haven't been trolled, and I was kind of bracing myself for that. I'm just gonna get a barrage of abuse, but. No, I've only had support, and I'm really, really appreciate you guys who leave nice comments, and I got to get back to them a lot better than I have. I'm just, life's been really fucking chaotic. yes, someone actually left me an email, and I saw it, and I didn't even think it was a real email because I've been so trolled and everything. I couldn't believe I had a real email from a real person, but I finally had the courage to click on it because I thought it might have been spam or a virus or something, and it was actually one of the subscribers. So if you're still watching my videos, like I really appreciate it. It was a really lovely email. I'm going to get back to it tonight, hopefully. Now there's just these comments, man. Yeah. There's always just that wondering: are they real people or are they just absolutely fucking ignorant? Poor souls, lifetime of torture. Yeah, why? Because you flying monkeys won't wake the fuck up and realize it's actually, you won't actually look into it. It's frustrating, man. Like, what do they think happened? Do they think like Jose Delgado, a guy who wants to put a chip in he put a chip in a fucking bull's head. Then you got like Musk putting chips in monkeys' brains. What do these people think happened? They just did none of the experimentation worked. Like, what do they think Raytheon are doing with directed energy weapons? What do they think all that, like, multiple, probably even trillions, billions of dollars spent on, like, military technology, electronic warfare? Do they think that's all just for, like, a battlefield? It's not going to be used to control people. Man, these people are so fucking indoctrinated. It's hopeless. They're the flying monkeys. They're the ones rubbing salt into the wounds. And they think they're like, what can we do? Like, we need to support these people. Like, some of them, I get the vibe some of them are genuine people and they really want to support. They're like, it's so sad, but they're just too indoctrinated. They can't see that they're, absolutely programmed flying monkey. And to break them out of that programming, even if I could, even if you're able to, it would probably fucking traumatize them beyond belief, and then they'd be in a far worse state than us, even without being microwaved. I really thought I was being watched continuously. After I watched The Truman Show. Glad I managed to shake that off. I bet they don't read. This guy probably doesn't read what the 66. Maybe he is part of the club or something. I don't know. I was going to say, I bet that guy doesn't read what the NSA is up to. Yeah, if any normie is watching this video and they can face it if they really want to know, like, about real evil, I would say go and watch Gabby Chung's channel, GABICHOONG. She interviews people who are born into those elite families who go through ritual abuse, and they talk a lot about what their family members do to the public, the way they can hypnotize them and put them to sleep and fuck with them and do all kinds of absolutely insane abuses on anyone they come across. Go watch her channel. If you're one of these laughing normie naysayers, but be warned, it'll shake your reality forever. Like, this is the thing. I feel guilt again. Like, oh man, like, I shouldn't wake anyone up because it's too awful. It'll ruin their life. They'll have organic anxiety for once, unless they end up getting targeted because they start talking about it too much. But yeah, just rambling on. It's just frustrating. Comment after comment after comment. Just oh, this is such a good channel. Yeah, such good fucking propaganda, isn't it? These people need so much help. Yeah, help with the microwave sickness. Fuck. Oh, that's not real, that's psychosomatic. That the Soviet Russians knew about it. Yeah. It must be nice to be that ignorant until you go and get your medical fucking, you know, what am I allowed to call it? There's so much censorship. I don't even know what I'm allowed to call it. Your medical help keep you safe. There's one comment finally. I'm a targeted individual. I spoke up against police brutality. Police put me on a watch list. I have police drones on me, police informants on foot, have FBI surveillance planes flying over. They hacked my phone, put spyware on my phone, tapped it with stingrays. PTSD. This is not PTSD paranoia. Admittedly, to a normie, you know, it would sound far out, like they wouldn't go to all that length. You're nobody, blah, 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 blah. But, I don't know, if any normie is watching this by any chance, look up Michael Barden, Michael Barden, or Scott Snitzer. He talks about things really well and does a lot of research on it. Like, you wouldn't believe what the powers that be can do without any scrutiny, like FISA courts and all that. They're totally beyond any scrutiny. They can do whatever they want. They can put anyone on a watch list. You know, anyone who they don't like, who they want to so-called get revenge on for the person exposing their crimes. Oh, there's one actual onto it comment. There appears to be several similarities between gang stalking and the 18th century case of James Tilly Matthews and the Heirloom gang. Yeah, the Heirloom was like the old school like way to fuck with someone's mind, I think. I don't know what technology it was exactly, but anyways, I just rambled on way too long, but I don't know if I should even be putting this video on here, but it's just like, this is the latest Todd Grande, just another sellout shill, and I'm pretty sure he does know exactly what he's doing. You know? I mean, you can be kind, can't you, and say like they're just indoctrinated, they don't know what they're doing. But I think there's a lot of manipulation in this channel, just the way these people got like, you know, 200 and something likes, and I mean, who knows? Eh? Maybe society is that fucking gone and gullible, and that guy definitely looks like a propagandist, though, doesn't he? With his glasses and, you know, immaculately dressed and immaculate presentation, silky smooth, and you know what a normie doesn't realize is the few people who do have the best evidence of being harassed, what happens is your camera just gets fried. Like, you'll be filming, this happened to me, like the camera will just go, the LCD screen, it'll go all warped and staticky, and then the camera just shuts off and it's fried and it will never work again. And then the other camera I had, the action camera, that was the only other thing I had, that got repeatedly hijacked with Wi-Fi. So when you're really getting stalked by the worst sort of people, you can't attain video, you can't keep it, it just gets hacked and deleted. There's no way to prevent it. You know, this is what happens with full spectrum, you know, dominance of the radio waves and you know, electromagnetic fields. You can't keep evidence, and the only people who are allowed to keep evidence is just kind of nonsense videos of like one headlight cars and, you know, color sensitization. And you know, I don't mean to downplay that. Like, anyone can be traumatized by repeated sensitization to anything, you know, like noise or just like Chinese water torture, you know, color sensitization. But yeah, it seems like those people are allowed to keep their videos, provided it's not like completely obvious, like multiple convoys of like, blue cars or something following them everywhere. They might get deleted, I don't know. But anyway, it's just rambling on. But hope no one's too triggered by this. But yeah, it looks like a pretty lost cause, seeing all the comments of the, unless they're all just chatbots. I mean, to be brutally honest about it, you could say there's not a lot of difference. If these people are that indoctrinated and they can't be swayed, there's not a lot of difference between a chatbot and a real person anymore.